Welcome to the shack. We're about to rock. We got the Deacon 2 and DZ. Dr. DZ, how about you? Stories from the shack.
Hello everyone and welcome to Stories from the Shack. I'm the Deacon and this is DZ, my good man. We're going to talk about health tonight, good, better, and different. And DZ is going to talk about the benefits or lack of benefits of taking a nap.
And I guess that's what you said, benefits or lack of benefits. That's the whole question. Is it beneficial or is it not? And to me, I just have to go by how I feel after I take a nap. I have to go by experience. And, before I take a nap, I'm tired, I'm a little, there's nothing to do, I'm bored, whatever. It seems like a good idea at the time. But always it seems like after I wake up, I'm just a little off, I'm a little groggy. It takes me a long time to wake back up, and then I just don't feel very good the rest of the day. I feel a little sluggish, tired, digestion feels like it's off, it doesn't feel good. So I'd have to say that, for me personally, naps are not a good thing.
So have you tried to drink some water when you first wake up, or anything like that may help you come out of it a little bit? Or?
Yeah, I have. I've tried that. I've tried drinking water. I've tried drinking coffee, and just nothing seems to bring me out of that lull that the nap puts me into.
Well, see, I have a disadvantage or an advantage to all you. I'm like that all the time, so it doesn't matter if I take a nap or not, right? So. But have you seen any clinical research on naps that you could share?
I've done some reading before on the internet, of course. So you got to be leery of what you read on the internet. But and I guess the naps can be beneficial if you keep them to 15 to 20 minutes, and then I think to a maximum of 45. But that's the problem is, I think they sneak, like you said, they sneak up on you pretty quick.
Oh. So is that 15-minute period, is that the power nap we hear about all the time?
Yeah, that'd be referred to as the power nap.
Right. So have you found the power nap to work for you?
No,
15 minutes?
No, because when I wake up, I'm just mad and want to sleep a little longer.
Okay. Okay. Who woke me up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that's something we all struggle with. I find myself doing that too. I sit down, next thing I know, I'm not because I'm not doing anything, I'm not thinking about anything. So, everything just kind of shuts down, and the next thing you know, because I have done that myself and look at the clock and it's an hour and a half and I didn't even know it, right? So anything else about naps or sleep or anything else about health you have to discuss?
Yeah, I would like to talk about cardio and walking, and if you think that's actually beneficial, and if you've seen any studies on whether or not walking could benefit the health, just something as simple as walking.
Well, it's been my personal experience that walking is very beneficial. About 15 years ago, I weighed about 250 pounds. Right? And obviously, it's a combination. Your health is a combination of what you eat and what you do. And I've heard doctors say it's 80% of what you eat and 20% of what you do to control your weight. Right? And I actually used a diet, for lack of a better term, from a book called The Doctor's Diet. And it was written by a doctor named Travis Stark. He used to be on the television show The Doctors. I don't know if that's still on anymore. He's an emergency room doctor, and he saw a lot of people come in with cardiac arrests and things like that. And he wrote this book and gave guidelines of, things to eat, things not to eat, what's good for you, what's not good for you. So I, in combination with walking, used that diet, and I lost 50 pounds in probably 6 months or so.
So what was one of the major things that was not good for you in terms of
Well, obviously, fried foods, fats.
Right.
See, there's a confusion. They talk about non-polyunsaturated Was that?
Non-polysaturated.
Yeah. But what we need to understand is you eat those things, your body changes it back to what they say it's not, because that's what your body needs. We need to understand the only fuel our body can use is sugar. So everything we eat,
Turns to
our
sugar.
body turns it into sugar. So if you eat a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of calories, it has a lot of sugar, then you get too much sugar and then you gain weight. The rule of thumb is it takes 3,500 calories to produce 1 pound of fat in your body.
Okay.
So if you look at it as a mathematical equation, it takes approximately 1,100 calories a day just to keep your lungs working, your heart pumping, pretty much at rest, right? So then if you start exerting yourself, obviously you're going to use more.
Okay.
So if you look at most of the labels on foods, they'll say like 20% of this, 10% of that, and that's all based on a 2,000 calorie a day diet.
Okay.
So basically anything 1,100 calories or less is starvation. Okay. And your body stores fat in 2 ways. Obviously, if you have the 3,500 extra calories, it stores as fat in your body, usually around our waist, right? But your muscles also have storage, fat storage in those cells. So when you need energy, it's immediately there. So your muscles can use that fat that's right there. They don't have to go searching all through your body to find it.
Okay.
It's right there. So if you want a very effective plan to reduce your weight, you need to address that and the long-term storage. Okay. There's 2 ways you can do that. It's called aerobic and anaerobic. I'm sure we've all heard of those, right?
Yeah.
Anaerobic is like sprinting. That means you're using more oxygen than your body can provide for any length of time. It's like sprinters. Sprinters run 100 meters, and you see them, because they've used all the oxygen that their body can produce. Where you look at marathon runners, they're pacing themselves, so they're enabling their body to get enough oxygen to keep doing what they're doing, right? So now let's look at the picture. We've all seen world-class sprinters, right?
Sure.
And they're usually pretty muscular, fit looking, versus a marathon runner who looks like he's a skeleton, right?
Yeah.
So who's the healthier of the two?
I would say the sprinter.
Okay, well, there again.
We don't.
But see, that's the thing. The sprinter knows that. Okay, they know how to eat to provide the energy they need to run that race. And you heard a lot about marathon runners. They'll bulk up because they don't have the storage. Maybe a day or 2 before a marathon race, they'll start eating a lot of carbohydrates to build up because they don't have it.
Kind of like the whole idea of eating spaghetti the night before your game or something
Right,
like that.
exactly. So, that's kind of the basic as far as diet and exercise. But the things that are really nice about the doctor's diet book is you don't have to go to some fancy, health food store. It's anything you can buy at any grocery store. Very simple recipes: chili, vegetable soup, fish, meat. And I strongly recommend it if you're concerned about your weight. Anybody out there, I suggest you investigate this book. Like I say, it's simple to follow. He has a diet plan laid out. A first grader could follow it. Just a matter of you picking out the foods that you like. There's programs where you only have 1 grain a day. That would be like oatmeal or bread or something, just
Okay.
1 time a day. And then, of course, you need your protein and other things. So, but I'm not going to get in too involved into that. But there again, it's kind of common sense. It's a mathematical equation, right? So if you eat 3,500 calories a day minus the 1,100, that leaves you 22,400 whatever calories that you have to use up somehow. So how are you going to do
You got to burn that. Yeah. So if you're not burning that off, if you're not running, exercising, lifting weights, playing basketball or something, then you're going to gain weight.
Those are the things that we need to look at if we're trying to guard, control our weight. There again, diets are destined to fail. This book isn't a diet, it's a lifestyle change. And if you want to have a lifestyle change, you need to make that change. Diets fail because they're too restrictive. And your willpower will only take you so long. A lot of times people lose, 20, 30 pounds like real fast. And then they'll gain it back and then some.
Deacon, can I attest to your story?
Absolutely. Come on in here.
All right.
This is our tester.
All right. How long ago was this? About 2006. Wow, 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I weighed 250 pounds. I was down 20 pounds from 270 at my absolute maximum. In 2 months' time, I went from 250 to 190. I lost 60 pounds. I was on this program that I'd kind of built myself through, I think it was Quickstar. It was like Amway's side company. Now, as far as the business, I try to do the business aspect of it. If you're good at door-to-door salesman, I mean, more power to you. I would not recommend doing the business, but they have products for meal replacement bars, protein bars, energy drinks that caffeinated and uncaffeinated, but primarily like they stuck with the vitamins, not like the junk energy drinks that you go buy at the gas station today, but we're talking like 8,000+ % of B12 you're supposed to have a day, which obviously your body can't use it all and it's going to come back out, right? But I can't even list all the other vitamins that were in some of these products. But I ate 2 meal replacement bars a day, most days. And I would go to the gym. I started out every other day, and it ended up being Monday through Friday. Every day during the week, I was at the gym for an hour. Outside of the gym, every day, I would walk for 35 minutes. To go back to the naps, if naps are good for you or not, I can attest that during this process, overworking myself in the gym, overworking myself trying to eat better stuff. Now, whether it was actually better or not, well, it did the trick to do what I wanted to do. I lost the weight. But then to attest to Deacon's thing here, you can't keep it off. I think 2 months, I lost 60 pounds. 9 months later, I was back up to 240. And I think I lost 20 pounds at one other point, but here I am, 235 and 240, I don't know, 10, 15 years now. Haven't really put the effort in to do anything for myself, I guess. But diet and exercise does work. But it doesn't stick around unless you make that lifestyle change. And if you do it too drastically, it's not going to stick around.
Yeah, I think you got to do it in stride. You got to
Moderation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Moderation is the magic word.
And
that's the thing that we live in a fast food society. We want everything right now.
This is true.
We don't understand that, like you say, you aren't 250 all at once. It took you time to get there, right?
Right.
So it's going to take you time to get back.
Absolutely.
So the slower that you get back, the longer it's going to last.
Right.
Because you're settling into that comfortable zone of exercise, food, or whatever.
Yeah, it becomes
to keep you at your constant
It becomes
weight.
habit. It doesn't become a chore.
Right. It's just say, oh man, if I eat another energy bar, I'm going to throw up, right? Those kinds of things, and that's the way it goes. You talk to people all the time, and they're always struggling with, temptation, because there's a fast food place on every corner.
Really,
you can't get away from it. We're surrounded by food. No other time in the history of the world, at least in the United States of America, has food been so readily available everywhere.
And the bigger question, how much of it is even actually food anymore?
Yeah,
But that's story for another day.
That's debatable
Another
too.
podcast.
Well, I just wanted to come and share my
Yeah,
little
well,
experience. That
This is the man behind
is-
the counter.
Yeah,
He
before you get
makes
back,
the
I wanted to
magic.
ask you a question.
It
Did you
proves
ever
the theory.
Did you ever allow yourself a cheat day at all during
Oh,
this?
absolutely.
Okay.
And I didn't have meal replacement bars every day, or the days that I did, maybe I had one, and then I had a sensible meal, maybe for dinner. But most every day I had at least one and that protein bar at the gym.
Yeah.
And I would eat it right after I got done working out so the receptors could accept the protein. But the naps, I worked myself, that's what I was trying to get the point to. I worked myself so hard that come 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I was absolutely wiped. And I needed to go lay down. And then, half hour, depending, I'd get back up. And it didn't take me long to get up. I didn't have that feeling, oh man, I don't want to get up, or I just don't feel like I should get up, or I was ready to get back up again, but of course for those 2 months I was go. So
That was the whole point of why it wasn't sustainable. It was too
Correct.
much at once.
correct. So
Yeah.
Moderation.
Okay, well, I guess we're kind of out of time here as far as this segment. So, you got any last words for anybody, DZ?
Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe. Shack is out.